Greetings, family, and welcome back to Raising the Vibe. I know it's been a while since I've had an opportunity to make a video, but a number of things have been happening. A number of things have come to my attention, and I just had to take time out today to make a few videos. What I want to talk about in this particular video is the experimental release of gases in New York City last month. Blows my mind. According to news reports, the government released these gases on 5 separate days during last month. It's being called a bio-attack readiness test. And the purpose is to see, allegedly, how these gases would disperse in the air, both underground and above ground. They say that the gas was released at 120 locations, including some parks and, of course, some subway stations. The gases were released by a company called Brookhaven National Laboratories, which apparently is primarily funded by the U.S. Department of Energy, although this particular bioterror experiment was funded by the Department of Homeland Security. The interesting thing about it is that what they're releasing is a chemical called perfluorocarbons. And these perfluorocarbons, some of them are used in Teflon and Scotchgard. So that tells you something in and of itself. Now, Brookhaven National Laboratories says that it used a very small amount of PFCs in these experiments, and that it was, again, non-toxic, harmless to humans, and would not have any lasting effects. However, there's a lot of information about PFCs available, and some of it's positive, some of it's negative. On the positive side, PFCs have been used in medicine to treat lung damage, to replace the amniotic fluid for fetuses. It's been used in eye surgery as well as in anesthetics. However, on the other hand, studies have linked PFCs to cancer, to infertility in women, to cognitive difficulties in children, to liver damage, to thyroid conditions, and more. So this is obviously a matter of concern. And one source says that PFCs can cause environmental damage by collecting in the upper atmosphere. But the really crazy thing about this is that this is not the first time these gases have been released in American cities. It's part of a program called the Urban Threat Dispersion Program, which has been in existence for quite some time. As a result, back in 2016, these gases were released in New York City. And additional research reveals that these gases were dispersed in 2013 in a number of U.S. cities, including Washington, D.C. and Boston, as well as New York. So this is clearly something that the government has been doing periodically, and not just in New York City. Are there harmful consequences? Who knows? Did the public even know that these were being done? I think that the ones that have happened this year, last month in 2021, were very well publicized. Does that mean that most of the people affected, New Yorkers, above ground and in the subway, knew what was going on? But in 2013 and 2016, I never heard a word about anything like this. So, family, I often am just at a loss for what the United States government is doing. From spraying chemtrails to dispersing PFCs in the air to other things that they are doing, I have a hard time believing that they are really working for our benefit. They seem to be doing things that cause harm to us as human beings. We need to take note of that And we need to figure out what we're going to do about it. Because I'm coming to the point where I'm noticing that we're steadily chronicling things on social media, but what are we actually doing about it? I don't know personally whether the amount of PFCs that were sprayed could be considered harmful and whether there will be any short-term or long-term effects. At best, I can say that those who were in New York during the month of October and who used the subway system need to perhaps try to detox, but certainly monitor their health to see if they're experiencing anything that they otherwise were not experiencing. And we're going to have to figure out a way to make our government stop doing things that are harmful to us with the tax money that we pay, because that's where all the money comes from. The billionaires are hiding their money offshore, which will be another video. But really, all of these things are being done with the tax monies of the everyday citizens. And they're things that clearly are not beneficial to us. So just a word to the wise. Thank you for watching, family. As always, peace and love and light. And I look forward to seeing you next time.